So you're telling me that in a day and age where Hollywood and the marketing and the media are going to call the audience a bunch of names because they're cramming in all of these representation, diversity token hires, like a new Wokemon for the Wokedex. Yeah, I'm bringing back Wokemon because that's really relevant to this article. Kristen Stewart says she was told to not hold hands in public with her girlfriend so she might get a Marvel movie. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy. I'm not a big Kristen Stewart fan, and I'm also not a fan of these articles that are laid out like this, because then I gotta do this, and I gotta crop it, and I gotta bring it up so I can see it, because I'm blind. Kristen Stewart has come a long way since her time starring in the blockbuster behemoth Twilight Saga with Robert Pattinson. I was never a fan of Twilight. I was old. I was too old for it. I'm older than I look. Too old for it. Didn't like the whole, it was a little creepy, it was a little weird, it was a little, okay, so you got a vampire, but he doesn't actually drink blood, or kill people. But he eats, like, animals and stuff, like live deer, or whatever. It was weird, and I get it, she was like a blank slate, she was there so that girls could self-insert themselves into that little world. I get it, I get that. I was never a fan of it. I liked real vampires. Like Gary Oldman, or no, that was my era. Or Bela Lugosi still is a great Dracula. Great vampire, but she's got an exciting Charlie's Angels reboot in the pipeline, as well as Armageddon meets the Descent thriller Underwater. But despite this, in a candid interview with Harper's Bazaar, she pointed out that her dating choices have in the past been viewed as a factor of whether she would be considered for big-time acting projects. But this is Hollywood. We call it Hollywoke because they really only care about who can we represent, with the story being second at this point, because that's the trend. And I don't think they're even doing it to actually do anybody any favors. They aren't doing it. They're just doing it because it's the trend. This is why you had on YouTube, you had 50,000 people making videos about Captain Marvel, right? It was a trend. And there's nothing wrong with following a trend every once in a while, except when Hollywood and the media use that as a way to attack the fans. To tell us, oh, you're a bunch of ists because you didn't like a movie. And they're using the casting, the diversity of stunt casting, to hide behind, in my opinion, as a shield from criticism. When they make movies that are just crapped out in a year, have no creativity, no soul, and are only there to market a streaming service, an action figure, a line of some toy, a line of some video, and that's all these movies seem to be, especially the Marvel ones lately. It's like they're more to just keep the brand in the awareness so people will buy the thing with Avengers on. I have grapes with the Avengers on them because that's the only grapes they had in the store. Because they have the Avengers, seriously, and they do this just to keep this in your consciousness, so people will subconsciously go to that and be like, hey, I'm remembering the Avengers, and it works really well. It does. But in this day and age, I really don't know if I believe this. I mean, and maybe they do. Maybe they actually do this because you still have to appeal to the certain stockholders and investors, right? You still have to deal with some of these very old stuffy Hollywood types who are going to cast people, but then they're going to use the media on the other hand to market. And yeah, I'm bringing back Pokemon to market these people as a token L, right? She's a token L. I'm a token B, I guess, or whatever. With a W in there for good measure, right? This is why they're giving people like Tessa Thompson roles, because she's a B and she can check the person of color Wokey box or whatever for their little Wokey decks. Yeah, it's all a game of Wokemon for me because I don't even care anymore about what Hollywood is doing with these movies, because they're not going to be anything until we can get past this little trend. These movies are just going to be crapped out in a year, mass produced just to sell us garbage, and we're going to be insulted into buying these and bullied into watching them, is what it feels like. And here's our Harper's Bazaar interview. I have fully been told, if you just do yourself a favor and don't go out holding your girlfriend's hand in public, you might get a Marvel movie, she said. maybe you're not as likable as some of the other actors out there. Maybe they said that just to kind of insult you. Maybe because I don't know. Well, and then maybe it is true, because then on the other hand, look at what happened with Scarlett Johansson recently. Backing out of a movie because she wasn't a T. She didn't check the T wokey box. But you know what else Scarlett Johansson does? She puts butts in seats. People want to see her in movies. She's fun. She's cute. She seems likable. A lot of these actors don't really seem that likable, and that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems with movies like Captain Marvel, is you got actors who aren't likable, in my opinion. The Snow White and the Huntsman actress went on to talk about her strong opposition to the following rule of behavior. I don't want to work with people like that, she said, referring to life as a huge popularity contest. You know what? Good on ya. Good on ya. I don't want to be like working with people or having to watch movies or support movies that will discriminate actors who might be perfect for the roles based on who they date. And at the same time, I don't want them to hire people based on who they date and what wokey box they check, right? Which one they check off. Are they an L? Are they a B? Are they a T? Which one are they? Who cares? Give me the best actor for the job. And it won't matter to anybody, because the people in the country that you're trying to appeal to, right? Your core audience, your fans, we're not as horrible as Hollywood likes to think we are. Right? We don't care who somebody dates off screen. We care that she's kind of unlikable and she screwed around on Robert Pattinson with the Snow White and the Huntsman director while he was married to somebody else. Only then to go off with whatever she's with now. And she's kind of, she just kind of comes across as not super likable and not a great actress to me. I don't really have anything against her personally. I'm just saying that this is kind of how my public perception of her is as a celebrity I've never met, right? In a previous interview, Stewart also referred to the upcoming Charlie's Angels, currently in post-production, as a woke version of the classic. Actually, no, she said it's going to be, what did she say? I don't want it to be, referred to as, woke, but that's what it is. And that's kind of the current trend, right? That's very much the current trend, is this diversity casting, so they can protect their movies from criticism and then call us names. Because they're like, see, look what we're doing for you. We're representing you. It's like, you know what? Make a good movie and you won't need to play this card. Can you do that? Can you give us a little bit more time on a script? Give us a little bit more than your first draft. That's another thing they like to do, is give us their first drafts. Watch, I'm going to say this and then you're going to be like, you guys didn't do that at all, she joked. And it's true, the Charlie's Angels movie does have a little bit of everything. You got your L with Kristen Stewart. You got a this ethnic and a that ethnic. It doesn't really matter, because it's like, still, it's Charlie's Angels. It's going to be one of those movies that is kind of an unnecessary reboot. It's probably not going to do super well at the box office. And it's going to be forgotten. It's going to be like the Chips reboot and the Baywatch reboot and all these things whenever they take a TV show and make a movie out of it. I don't think this is going to have the traction of the 90s ones for the Charlie's Angels movie. But I can see why they wouldn't want to give Kristen Stewart a Marvel movie. She's probably not on that little list of like approved actors that they can know will bring in box office dollars. So I don't think it really has anything to do with who she dates. I really, really don't. They might have just said that just to take a shot at her, but we don't know. We don't know the context or the circumstance, who said it, or any of that. What do you guys think? I mean, I've been blabbing about this long enough. And this is running over, they're running this on comicbook.com. Yeah, she was told she didn't hold her girlfriend's hand in public, she might get a Marvel movie. This is going all over the news sites, too. I just went with Digital Spy because they had better pictures. I'm tired of how Hollywood wants to market this stuff, because I think we all are aware that behind the scenes they don't really care about representing anybody. They don't. They want to follow the trend. They don't want to actually give us these quality movies. You know what was probably a better quality representation movie was something like Brokeback Mountain. And they're not really going to repeat the success of that just by appealing to these little checkbox things from Marvel popcorn movies that are For the large part, a lot of like 13-year-old boys go to these movies, right? If they're going to want to see two girls making out, they want to see two hot girls making out. And that's kind of how I am with Hollywood Jew. I'm really getting tired of these scrawny, emaciated looking actresses that they're trying to shove down our throats and say, see, you just don't like women. No, I like women. I like women who have, tits and ass, right? I want to see a woman who looks like a woman and not a 13-year-old boy. Thank you very much. And that's why I'm kind of back to where I want to just, we need to swing the pendulum the other way. I'm banging my microphone. We need to swing this pendulum the other way so that we can get back to like ogling women and having some fun and taking the sticks out of our backsides. Because you know what happens when they shove that stick up somebody's backside? They lose their sense of humor. That is one of the side effects. Other side effects may include bitchy attitude on Twitter, delusions of grandeur, and of course the loss of humor we all know about. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I have rambled about this long enough. I don't know what to believe on this article. This is probably just something used to market Charlie's Angels because we're about a month away from it. Oh, there you go. I am Mecha42. Like, subscribe, all the things, share, and I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Live streaming today. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!